Hey everybody, Max Kevin here's Little Kitty Podcast. It's not too long. Oh, you guys, are you hopped up excited? Ready for UFC 311? Dude, it's UFC 311. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know this, March 11th. That was the day of the big earthquake here in Japan, the great Tohoku earthquake. I always remember it because it's 311, kind of like 9/11, but with a 3 and an earthquake instead of a terrorist attack. Anyway, let's talk about the UFC. Let's talk about the UFC. All right, let me look at the aim. Okay, here we go. Yeah, okay. Where? Okay, there we go. Okay, let's start from the top. Let's start from the top. Man, this UFC is this has got to be like one of the most evenly matched. Not only like evenly matched, but like the top, Islam Makhachev versus Arman Tsarukyan and Merab Dvalishvili versus Umar Nurmagomedov. These two fights have got to be the highest level and most evenly matched, I would say. The highest level of because sometimes there's evenly matched guys, but they're both not very good, or like there's these are both huge fights. Like I don't know, like the filthy casuals don't understand. These are top tier. These are like I don't think there's been a UFC like this that was so even. I'm trying to think. I don't know. Maybe some of the bantamweight fights there. Maybe like Pantoja versus Moreno. It's kind of evenly matched there. Trying to think. Let me think. Maybe Max Holloway versus Volkanovski there. But even that one, Volkanovski is kind of. I guess it turned out Volkanovski was better, but yeah, both these guys, man. Islam Makhachev, Arman Tsarukyan, Merab Dvalishvili, and Umar Nurmagomedov. These guys are all basically from the same area, different countries, but they're right next to each other. They're right on the border there. Dagestan. Dagestan's next to Chechnya. It's next to Georgia. It's next to. These guys are all kind of from the same region. I'm not sure about the history. I think there's some wars there in the 90s. I don't know if there's like civil wars, like they were trying to get away from Russia. I don't know exactly. I remember Chechnya was at war with Russia. I don't know why. I can't. I don't have time to read the Wikipedia. I don't have time to read the Wiki. Yeah. Okay. This fight card's not even including Khamzat Chimaev, who's also from that region too. He's from Chechnya. We got Islam and Umar from Dagestan, and then over the hills, we got Arman. We got Merab, and then we also got another Georgian champion in what's his name? Knocked out Max Holloway, knocked out Volkanovski. What's his name? What? I can see his face right now. Can't see his name. I can see his face, but I can't see his name. Why can't I remember? Oh, getting old stuff. And I'm kind of asleep. I didn't sleep very well last night. And I didn't drink any koofies this morning. Why can't I think of that guy's name right now? All right, this is bugging me. I'm gonna have to look it up. I'm looking it up. It's bugging me too much. I hate it when this happens and I can't remember stuff. What's the only problem is to plug in my microphone to do this podcast. I had to unplug my keyboard, so now I can't even search. Maybe I can do it with only the mouse. Go clicky. There he is. Ilya Topuria, that's it. Ilya Topuria. All right. He's also Georgian. I guess he grew up in Spain, but he's Georgian descent. I guess Arman Tsarukyan. I don't know if he's half Armenian or if he's Georgian, but he grew up in Armenia, or I'm not. Maybe I don't know his ethnicity or whatever. But apparently he's from Armenia and Georgia too. I don't know. I don't know exactly what the dealio is. Anyway, they're all all kind of in that same area there, but these are basically all the top fighters in the UFC are kind of from this same area there, huh? That's kind of. But yeah, I guess growing up on a war zone is the best base for MMA. If you want to tough it out, if you want to get tough, you think you're tough, bro? You grew up in a Russian war zone? Huh? I didn't think so, dude. So I guess Gaza is gonna, like, in 20 years from now, all the best fighters. UFC is gonna have everybody's gonna be from Gaza. Oh, anyway, let's see. Or Ukraine, Ukrainians. All right, let's talk about my bets. Okay, so Islam Makhachev and Arman Tsarukyan. Both the Arman Tsarukyan's plus 265. Islam Makhachev is minus 340. Now, this is kind of disrespectful. I think these odds should be much closer. I think it should be more like plus 150 and minus 200. Because Arman Tsarukyan, okay, they did fight 5 years ago, and at that time Arman was 23 years old, and Islam was 28 years old. So Islam was just getting into his prime, and Arman was a young rapscallion. And now Arman's 28 and Islam's 33, so Islam's just beginning to exit his prime, and Arman is getting in his prime there, so just based on that alone, just based on the age factor alone, even if they hadn't improved their martial arts at all, if their martial arts skill is exactly the same, just the age difference is going to give Arman a slight advantage. Islam, the Makhachev and the Nurmagomedov, they're all famous for their wrestling, but I would say Islam is probably not the best wrestler. That's not even what he's, I think his best submission game and his counter striking is his bread and butter there. Like, he's a good wrestler, but he's not as good as Khabib, that's for sure. I think Arman might actually be a better wrestler, just like there's just straight wrestling. But the thing is, I think Islam is much better at jiu-jitsu and submissions there, so I don't know. Like, Arman, he almost got submitted by Charles Oliveira, like, every round. Oliveira almost won that fight. I mean, every round ended with a submission attempt where Arman kind of got saved by the bell there, So that was kind of a lucky fight for Arman that he didn't get submitted. And I feel like Islam's submission game is even better than Oliveira. Oliveira's got to be the second best in the division. And I think Arman's probably a better striker, but Islam is a better counter striker. So this is a very even, close fight. I think it's Arman, he actually has a slight reach advantage, even though he's shorter. So, Islam kind of struggled against Volkanovski the first fight there, sometimes the shorter guys that are stronger, they kind of have an advantage there, especially if they got longer reach and they're shorter, so it's much easier for them to punch dudes in the chin. So I think this fight is very evenly matched. I think it's all about percentages. It's like how these guys fight. I figure like Islam is going to win 60% of the time, and Arman would win 40% of the time. So I give it 60-40. So my prediction is that Islam should more likely win, but I would not be surprised at all if Arman won the fight. Yeah, the only thing Islam is his cardio is kind of suspect a little bit. It's not the best. It's his only weakness, I guess. Anywho, then we got Umar Nurmagomedov versus Merab Dvalishvili, and of course Merab is plus 244, and Umar is minus 284. This is disrespectful to Merab too. I feel like this should be 50-50. This should be like they should both be minus 110. Because this has got to be the most even match. Both these guys, Merab Dvalishvili is one of the best wrestlers in the UFC. Period. He's probably, dare I say, the best. Dare I say the best straight run. His cardio is insane. The guy never gets tired. And Umar, he was looking beatable versus Corey Sandhagen. Corey Sandhagen was, he lost the fight, but he had his moments. He had his moments, and the thing is, Umar's not going to be able to wrestle Merab Dvalishvili. Merab is an insanely good wrestler. But I feel like Umar has a better striking, but Merab has the better cardio and better wrestling. But thing is, Merab is 34. Merab's 34 years old, so he's left his prime. He's not in his prime anymore. And Umar Nurmagomedov is 29 years old. So he's got the age advantage. But I don't know, Merab's cardio is just so crazy. He just never gets tired. And I'm not sure Umar has that much cardio. I feel like, yeah, Umar's striking is better. Merab's defense, so I feel like this is not going to be a rest. Like, Umar is probably going to either knock him out or either Umar's going to knock him out or Merab's going to just out cardio him. So I put $5 on Merab Dvalishvili. I put $5 on Merab Dvalishvili just because the odds too. I feel like this is a 50-50 fight between these two guys. And plus 244 for Merab that's a money bet. I don't know what you call it. Where it should be even, you know. So I put $5 on Merab Dvalishvili. Oh yeah, okay. And Islam and Arman Sarukian. I didn't bet on this one. I bet the under. I bet under 4.5 rounds. I put $5 on under 4.5 rounds because I feel like either someone's going to get knocked out or submitted. I don't see this going to. I don't see this going to decision. Merab and Umar, I think that could probably go to decision. That could definitely go to decision. But the odds. Let's see. What are the odds? Yeah, the over 4.5 is minus 270, so it's not even really worth it. It's not even really worth it. Okay, then we got Jiri Prochazka versus Jamal Hill. Both these guys got knocked out by Alex Pereira. So now they're having a little party. Like, oh, you got knocked out by Alex Pereira. So did I. Oh, that's okay. Oh, let's fight each other. Oh, let's have fun. Yeah. Of course, Jiri Prochazka he's the underdog in this fight. He's plus 117. Jamal Hill won. I guess Jamal Hill is more fundamentally sound. You know, Jiri Prochazka, he likes to do crazy stuff. He likes to do crazy stuff that makes no sense. And that's why everyone likes him. Because he's exciting. He's fun to watch. Whereas Jamal Hill's kind of boring. He's kind of meat and potatoes boring. But I think Jamal Hill's disadvantage is his body. He's not in very good shape. He probably should be fighting at 185 if he could stop being a big fat fatty. Like, he's just kind of small for the division, you know. He's a little chub there, you know. So he should probably not even be. He could definitely make 185 if he just lost a little bit of weight there, lost his chub. But yeah, I feel like Jamal Hill. He's definitely got the power. He's got everything, but he's kind of a what do you call it? Orthodox. He's very orthodox, very very boring. Kind of just doesn't do anything cool, you know. And Jiri Prochazka, he just does a bunch of crazy cool stuff. So I put $10 on Jiri Prochazka, also because I want him to win because he's more exciting to watch. But I mean, yeah, he could definitely get knocked out. Both these guys could get knocked out easily. I don't know. I mean, I guess Jiri Prochazka, it's been a year. It's a good thing he took a year off. Or no, no. I take that back. It's only been 6 months. Yeah, both these guys, they're coming back. I think, yeah, Jiri's kind of coming back too soon. You got to if you get knocked out, like, you got to take a year off, dude. You got to take a year off if you get knocked out. That's just, you got to get your brain to heal, you know? But, yeah, both these guys, I feel like they're going to have CTE pretty soon here. Anyway, what else? Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I know. Okay, the next fight. Renato Moicano versus Beneil Dariush. Yeah, Dariush took a year off. That's who I was thinking of. Dariush, his last fight was about 14 months ago. He got knocked out by Arman Tsarukyan. And now he's fighting Moicano. They're both about the same age there. Moicano has had a bit of a resurgence here in his later years. You know, he's defied expectations his last two fights. And I think I bet against him in both those fights and I lost. And I bet against him again in this one. So, third time's the charm. I don't know. I feel like, yeah, Dariush is a very good wrestler. Moicano, not really. He's a decent wrestler, but I feel like Dariush is a much better wrestler. But Moicano's striking is, I would say, better, and Dariush's defense is quite bad. So I could see Moicano knocking Dariush out. But hopefully Dariush will wrestle him there, you know, so I won't lose my $10. Yeah, I guess that's all my bets. I put $10 on Jiri Prochazka, $10 on Dariush, $5 on Merab Devalishvili. $5 on the under for Islam. And then I did a little cutie parlay. With 3 heavy favorites. Yeah, we got Sergey Spivak versus Jelton Almeida. Almeida should not be fighting at heavyweight, but he's actually a very good wrestler. And Sergey Spivak is not really anything special. He's just kind of a fat guy. So I feel like Almeida should win that one. And then we got Raoni Barcelos versus Peyton Talbot. If you don't know this guy, Peyton Talbot, you got to watch this guy. This guy's up and coming. He's hot. He's a hot commodity. He likes watching The Last Airbender, just like Adesanya. And he has kind of a similar style. He has a very creative striking there, and this guy's very excited to watch. All of his fights have been knockout except for one. One of his fights went to decision. All the other ones were not. He's just knocking dudes out. And then my last part of the parlay is Diego Ferreira versus Grant Dawson. Of course, Grant Dawson disappointed me in his last 2 fights, but I feel like he should be able to win that one anyway. Some of these other fights are kind of I don't know these names here. That's kind of everybody. Those are my bets. Those are my predictions. Do what you want. Your life, your choice. Thanks for listening, man. I'll see you tomorrow.